Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vicki Mackey, and I'm with the Vergers Guild Nomination Committee. I'm here this afternoon with Don Parsons, and he is one of our candidates running for the Board of Directors. Good afternoon, Don, and welcome.
Good afternoon, Vicki. Welcome.
If you will, please let us know where you are from and what church you serve in as Verger.
Sure. I'm in Massachusetts, and I serve at St. Anne's Church in Lowell. It's an inner city church.
Okay. All right, thank you. Let's get started by asking you a few questions in order that we may get to know you a little better as a Verger.
Sure.
In this ever-changing world in which we live in, how has your duties as a Verger changed since COVID?
Well, I think COVID definitely affected everybody in many different ways, and it definitely affected us in our parish, going to masks and all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing that happened first is that when church absolutely came to a standstill, not being able to attend in person.
Yeah.
So we immediately went to taping our services via YouTube and became very involved in that. And that's how we started to keep our parish together. And I was very involved in different parts of those services, working with our rector and we had two associate priests at the time. So we kind of switched off in roles and making sure that our services were getting out to our parishioners.
Great, great. How would you go about getting more Vergers to be active in the Guild, and how do you see them serving?
Well, I think the big thing for us in the Vergers Guild is getting our word out that who we are and what we do. I'm a firm believer that every church probably has a Verger, but they may not really know it, and they may not have been identified. And somehow I would like to reach out. I know I'm trying to do that in Massachusetts right now because we don't have a Massachusetts guild. I know that we have something like 26 Vergers in our diocese. So I'm in the process of reaching out to them and trying to establish that so that we can get our word out to more parishes that don't have a Verger.
That's good. Yes, we do have some chapters. So if you could get a chapter started, that would be great. What would, would you consider the Verger's role as managerial or leadership, and why?
Well, I believe it can be both, or depending on the size of the parish. It will depend upon what roles and responsibilities the Verger is actually given. So if it's a very, very large parish, then I could see you could be in a big managerial role. I definitely see a Verger as a leadership role for sure, whether it's large or small. Your leadership, your presence is extremely important, and being that assistant to the rector of the church or whoever is conducting the services.
Good. It's 7:45 a.m. and you're all ready for the service. And it starts in about 15 minutes. However, there is no clergy. How would you respond?
Well, I think my first attempt was to try to make a phone call to the rector or who's supposed to be serving that morning to find out, are they just late? Did they oversleep? So that would be my first attempt. If that becomes unsuccessful, I would notify my organist and may need to extend the prelude so that we can prepare, or maybe even sing a couple of hymns, so that we can get ready. And then I would prepare to conduct morning prayer.
That's typically what happens.
Right.
Well, Don, thank you for your commitment to run for the board. And we look forward to possibly having you aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back again with another interview video of our candidates. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Vicki, for the opportunity. It's quite a blessing to be a Verger, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. I agree. Thank you, Don.